All right, as I said earlier, our suits and ties are different here in the studio, but it's the same thing in terms of the weather. Heat advisories continue. Moisture potentially on the rise by midweek, and then heat indices as well should be on the rise. Here's what we're looking at. Today, 102 degrees. That wasn't even a record. We were at 106 back in 1918, so above average once again. Very much on the hot side, ambient temperature-wise, and heat indices still pushing 110. I know we were just 118, 119 a few weeks ago, but still, we had a lot to get. Now, I explained it earlier. High pressure in the Gulf, high pressure off to the northwest, then storms in northern Texas, some boundaries. Yeah, that's kind of tugging on one another, and we get these 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But I'll take that when it's 100-plus outside. I know it's kind of like a hairdryer blowing on you, but at least there's a little bit of movement, and it's not just stagnant air. So heat advisories and the warnings. Here's what we got here. So heat indices today, 105, 109. We've been 110 in some spots. The excessive heat warnings are out of the viewing area, but still, heat advisories. Again, heat-related illnesses, you want to stay inside if you can. Plenty of fluids, loose fit clothing, light clothing, and just be very, very careful if you are out there in the heat. All right, here's what we got. These numbers a little bit lower compared to the last few days, and then over the last couple of weeks, we're not seeing the 80s right now. You get away from the water, we're in the 60s. What does that mean? Not as stuffy, and then at the same time, those heat index temperatures going to be on the lower side. All right, here's our heat indices. 110 in Victoria and Quiro. So yes, very much on the hot side. I know we were hotter, but still, we're coming down to what? So super, super hot. We're coming down to super hot. So yes, very warm across the area, and this is not expected to let up in the near future. We're going to have a little bit of a mix and a match during the week as we're expecting moisture. At the same time, we have that Sahara dust here, so they're going to kind of battle out a little bit, but we're still looking to stay on the very hot side. Here's what we have looking ahead for our heat indices. So yeah, 109, 112, 110. We're staying really with oppressive heat for much of the week. Okay, I talked about it. High pressure in the Gulf, high pressure off to the northwest. We got some systems over there in northern Texas, kind of pulling and tugging a little bit, causing our winds in that 30, allowing for the winds in that 30-mile-per-hour range. Now, I talked about that moisture. That moisture's headed our way. The thing about it is we want cloud development to bring us some showers. That might be tough because I'm going to show you in a second here. We do have that Saharan dust. Here is what we have. Yeah, it is moving from the Sahara, from Africa, all the way across the oceans in the Caribbean, across the Gulf, and into Texas. Now, we look to get a little bit of a break, potentially maybe on Tuesday for about a day or so, but then we're right back at it. That dust fills us up again. So, yes, that causes air quality problems. Asthma sufferers like myself could have some problems. At the same time, you can see that haze blocking out sunshine. That'll actually keep the temperatures down a little bit, but it also prevents moisture and cloud development. Not looking at anything in the way of any rain. Here's a rain forecast. So C's just 2 to 3. That'll keep us, though, on the choppy side. Here's what's going on out there with Don at the moment. Still a tropical storm, or subtropical storm for that matter, but staying out there in the middle of the ocean, not causing any problems. The rest of the tropics looking very good. All right, one more dust tracker. I guess I set this one up from yesterday again. But yeah, we're going to get a little bit of a break on Tuesday. 80s this evening, 76 overnight. Still a little bit on that breezy side. And then for tomorrow, 99. Heat indices pushing 107, maybe 108. Or 109, and looking ahead to the rest of the week. Again, I'm wearing a different suit and tie, but the forecast pretty much the same across the board. Lots of sun, temperatures right around 100, and heat indices pushing 110 degrees.